Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Tonight is a celebration of the Block by Block program, which honors the joy, life, and resistance in the four Toronto neighborhoods Agincourt, Parkdale, Regent Park, and Victoria Park. Here at the Toronto Ward Museum, we understand that this year has been difficult for a lot of us. And we want this event to be a celebration of the people around us that have made it easier for those that are struggling. That could be a family member, a friend, a loved one, or a community hero in your neighborhood that is doing the work that is needed. This is for them. And with that, we also want to thank Arts at Tobico for sponsoring this event by giving us the technical equipment so that we can be here live with you. Thank you for celebrating Beyond the Block with the Toronto Ward Museum.
This event includes incredible musical performances by local artists, spoken word artists, and notes from the people that make this work possible. Please take a moment to sit back and relax as we begin our exciting program. This event will be recorded to keep as an archive. Please also note that the Toronto Ward Museum has a zero tolerance policy for discrimination or hate speech. Please be respectful towards everyone who is sharing their stories and personal experiences today. If there are any accessibility issues, please let a Toronto Ward Museum representative know in chat or the comment section.
All right, so you just want to do a quick introduction. My name is Henrik Shuli Salas, and I am one of the researcher curators for the Agincourt Block by Block 2020 team.
And I'm Brenavi Jayasundaram. I'm another one of the researcher and curators from the Agincourt Block by Block 2020 team. We're so excited to have you join us tonight. We also have an ASL interpreter, Timothy Keslick. Thank you for being here and helping us out. We want to start tonight's program with a land acknowledgement. Sharing stories is at the foundation of the Toronto Ward Museum's mission. As we encourage newcomers to Canada to share their stories of migration, we also encourage them to hear and respond to the stories of Canada's First Nations. These stories begin thousands of years ago, where those of us who currently live, work, and gather reside, placing ourselves on the traditional territories of the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples. The territory was the subject of the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Belt Covenant, an agreement between the Iroquois Confederacy and the Ojibwe and allied nations to peacefully share and care for the resources around the Great Lakes. Today, Toronto is still the home to many Indigenous people from across Turtle Island and is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people. Living on this territory makes all people in Toronto treaty peoples, including those who come as settlers or immigrants of this or past generations, and including those brought involuntarily as a result of the transatlantic slave trade. We are committed to honoring and learning from the ongoing work, stories, and teachings of the Indigenous community members and leaders, while challenging the colonial structures and institutions which have historically silenced and erased Indigenous voices on Turtle Island.
Thank you for that, Brenavi. And we also want to hear from you, right? What neighborhood are you joining us from? Let us know in the comment section or in chat. And, we might even shout out some of the represented neighborhood during this stream. So we're super excited about that. Thank you so much for being here today. And it is with great pride that I am introducing our very first performer, Burrelson, who is also a Parkdale storyteller from this year's program. Burrelson is a multidisciplinary artist based in Toronto And after a multilingual upbringing in Central Africa, he went on to spend some years in France before relocating to Canada by himself. His particular music is mostly hip hop infused, mixed with other music influences. So we're very happy to have you, Verelson, and excited to hear your performance.
All right. Can you guys hear me? So thanks a lot for the introduction. So I said earlier, my name is Borelson, representing Parkdale, and this is Beyond the Block celebration party. And yeah, I'm gonna start right now my set with a track called Down the Road, and it's a track about a love story happening in a North Gallery. And the fun fact is that actually, right now, I'm performing live for the band Gallery, and that's where actually I shot the music video for that song called Down the Road, featuring Chantal Rose and produced by Junior T. Shout out to those two people, and let's go. Is you done a roll? That's all I wanna know. So baby, set it straight. Tell me, is you done a roll? Is you done a roll? That's all I wanna know. So baby, set it straight. Tell me, is you done a roll? Make your mine, make it yours, ours, more, space and time, take it to. Fine, yeah, complicated, push, complicated, push, want it, get it, yeah, do it for you, you want me to, yeah, it was meant to be, destiny, yeah, harmony, synchronicity, yeah, chemistry, compatibility, yeah. I wanna know now, is you done a wrong? That's all I wanna know. So baby, set it straight. Tell me, is you done a wrong? Is you done a wrong? That's all I wanna know. So baby, set it straight. Tell me, is you done a wrong? Eyes, 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 eyes. Fine, each other, yeah. Each other, yeah. 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 I wanna know now. Yeah, is you done a roll? That's all I wanna know. So baby, set it straight. Tell me, is you done a roll? Is you done a roll? That's all I wanna know. So baby, set it straight. Tell me, is you done a roll? Is you done a roll? That's all I wanna know. So baby, set it straight. Tell me, is you done a roll? Is you done a roll? That's all I wanna know. So baby, set it straight. Tell me if you're gonna roll. All right. So that was the track Down the Road. And the next track that I got for you guys is called Ubuntu. And it's actually the latest single of my debut album. And the lyric video is already available in all streaming platforms. And yeah, we're going to turn up a little bit. Let's go. Yeah. You know we always bring the vibes. We do make things come alive. The color, the flavor, the taste. Without us it's a waste. Can just copy paste. We call my one on divide. We know the sauce is divine. The sun and the shining is prime. We do it just fine. The new African time. Yeah. Yeah. All right. The vision's there, the side is right, the mind is right, about to go down tonight. The mind I'm here, the ladies till we come correct, to come collect all the blessings, the one that we be praying for and waiting for and fighting for and longing for. So best believe we gon' keep them forever and ever. We so unapologetic, your energy so kinetic, running through our veins and our dreams. You can feel the powers of my neck. Come on. Ubuntu, that's the vibe that we bring, and you know that we gonna be alright. Yeah, le cœur aussi riche que nos terres, nous rendons fiers nos mères, et faisons ce qu'il y a à faire, bien avant qu'on ne nous fasse taire. Yeah, alright, they can't stop us now. Hey, shout out to Zenzel on the hook right now. They can stop us now. Yeah, I don't wanna hear silence no more. I just wanna yell, oh why? I don't wanna hear silence no more. I just wanna yell, Dodo. Yeah, I wanna make you shiver. I wanna make you. So shout out to Dodo that keeps it on the track right now. Woo. So no matter where you're from, feel free to stand up right now to bounce. Just dance a little bit, you know. Don't be shy. And share that thing with anyone that might enjoy this track. Let's go. Oh, wow, oh, wow, oh, wow. Yeah.
Fazemos nossas mães orgulhosas.
Alright.
Fazemos o que temos que fazer antes que vamos a morrer.
Agora so this is some Portuguese right now. Alright. Let's go. We take shine from the start. They can stop us now. Alright. Yeah. From the start. They can stop us now. Alright. Yeah. So try to follow my move on this one. Yeah. Alright. Yeah. From the start. They can stop us now. So that was the track Ubuntu, my latest single. The lyric video is already available. So just type in Ubuntu, UBUNTU. And it's an African term from South Africa exactly. A Bantu term which means I am because we are. So it's about coming together, standing together, and being strong together. Alright, so the next track that I got for you is called The Time Is Now. Without further ado, let's go. Yeah. Alright. Yeah. Alright. All right. Yeah, yeah. Uh, yeah. Uh. So shout out to my lady DJ and producer Pavi Beats. He's the one who produced the track. Rest in peace, brother. This is for you. Let's go. Uh. This is on the go, new for playing yet unpredictable. That new stereo, and feel ready for the radio. Before on the flow, heavy on the beat, you already know. This is how we go, we do it little for the dough. Shooting for the stars, cause that's why we met up, don't you know? That's the reason why, what? Even in the dark we glow, not of epic show. But you gon' be asked on this for show. Yes, I do think so, but to take the lead, so just follow. Hey, the time is down. The time is down, the moment ain't perfect, but I'm gonna make the most out of it. The time is down, the time is down. Tomorrow and promise, that's what I'm gonna live it up. Life to live, many goals to achieve. This gift I receive, my mind just conceive. One life to live, many goals to achieve. This gift I receive, my mind just conceive. More than rational, this music inspirational, motivational, so you can feel exceptional and original, so special and sensational, more than physical, spiritual, universal, lexical, and tri-dimensional, transcendental, be the miracle. This is magical, mystical, supernatural, and confidential, as an success phenomenal. But handle yourself, cause we humans after all. Hey, the time is down, the time is down, the time is down. The moment ain't perfect, but I'm gonna make the most out of it. The time is down, the time is down. Tomorrow I promise, that's what I'm gonna live it up. Life to live, many goals to achieve. Yeah, one life to live, many goals to achieve. Check it out. Gotta dream it, gotta think it, gotta speak it, gotta catch it, gotta grasp it, gotta feel it, gotta breathe it, gotta sense it, gotta see it, gotta touch it, gotta take it, gotta make it, analyze it, visualize it, realize it, gotta do it, gotta preach it, gotta mold it, wanna hold it, gotta pimp it, gotta own it, gotta rock it, gotta solve it, gotta prove it, gotta beat it, gotta beat it, become it, gotta have it, gotta get it, gotta live it, gotta win it, cause I love it. Yeah. The time is down, the time is down, the time is down. The moment ain't perfect, but I'm gonna make the most out of it. The time is down, the time is down. Tomorrow ain't promised, that's what I'm gonna live it up. Life to live, many goals to achieve. This gift I receive, my mind just conceive. One life to live, many goals to achieve. This gift I receive, my mind just conceive. One life to live, many goals to achieve. This gift I receive, my mind just conceive. One life to live, many goals to achieve. This gift I receive, my mind just conceive. Yeah, the time is down. So I want you guys to repeat after me wherever you are right now. The time is down. Let's go. The time is down. The time is down. The time is down. The time is down. Yeah, you can also put it in the comments right now. The time is now. So, this is the last track that I have for you tonight. Yeah. And once again, my name is Borelson, Boreedson, and you can find me on any social media. Thanks to Beyond the Block, the Block by Block Project, and the whole Toronto Art Museum team. So I think I'm out.
Growing up, I didn't realize the value of familiarity until everything was gone. The old Regent Park feels like my real home. Now inside my memory, Belshire Street, a screaming baby being comforted by a lady walking frantically. I am 2 years old with an orange and yellow leaf in my hand. My mom is putting the key into our apartment door for the first time. Our neighbors pop their heads out to see us in the hallway. They are Bengali, just like me.
Now inside my memory, I'm 22 years old, fresh out of undergrad. Grocery bags clipped to my hands, I'm walking home to South Regent. I bump into a neighbor. She is an artist, just like me.
Anytime I tell people where I live,
Eyebrows raise and crescend with questions.
don't you feel scared walking around?
Is it safe?
Isn't that where there's a lot of gun violence?
Street violence, police
Have you
sirens,
ever been robbed?
or stabbed or held at gunpoint,
Or
or
see
see someone
someone
get shot?
Maybe I have, and it's none of your business.
Maybe I've never lost any loved ones to a shooting or stabbing, but I've seen big wealthy businesses, big brands, and big names erase the histories of a quilted community.
And despite all of this, I've been finding friendships. I've been cared for and
And
looked
looked out for
by
by grandmothers guarding the block from their stoops. I've been leading youth groups. I've been volunteering at resident-driven affiliations.
I've been tending flowers and trees at the Dreamers Peace Garden.
I've been to drum circles at the Big Blue Building. I've been playing basketball at Dixon Hall.
I've been to music shows.
Film screenings and festivals at Daniel Spectrum. I've been swimming at the Aquatic Center.
I've been to block parties and free barbecues in Big Park.
I've been to the Center for Community Learning, where immigrants and indigenous residents pass along survival stories. I've been haunted by life-scale murals marking resilient faces of Regent Park. I've been noticing my own misgivings of a misrepresented community.
And most of all, I've been influenced
terrifically by being a member of this community.
under the towering pine and maple trees. Before parents tell their children,
It's time to go to sleep.
the park is rich with residents who cherish the seclusion
That induces the communion.
of an already vitalized neighborhood.
Pretty pockets full of promises, putting research where their mouth is, telling us
What's best for us?
we the stigmatized for the justification to gentrify. Yes, we the stigmatized for the justification to gentrify.
The entire south side of Regent Park is regentified. It's completely
unrecognizable now. When new people come to the neighborhood, how will they know what really happened here? We tell them.
We tell them the stories of people who grew up here as kids,
As artists, as workers and volunteers,
We tell them who we are.
and what we had to do with the hood we called home. We tell them how we've been shaped and influenced. We tell them that Regent Park is not just a dangerous area,
but a community of mixed complexions.
all with complex and brilliant identities. We tell them how we belong, and we tell them
how we'll leave it better. Now inside my memory, I'm 2 years old on Belshaw Street, with an orange and yellow leaf in my hand. My mom is putting the key into our apartment door for the first time.
Thank you, Fahima and Britta B, for that wonderful spoken word piece. And to Borelson, hopefully you guys are enjoying our show so far because we have a lot more. But let me first shout out some of the comments. So we have Maggie from Parkdale. We have Miguel from Regent Park. We have Donna from Church Wesley Village. We have Aaron representing Bloor Court and Nippany from Rouge and Perry as well. In North York. I'm going to be naming everyone else who comments about their neighborhood. Shout out to all the neighborhoods that are here today. And I want to just give it to Branavi.
Thanks, Shuli, and thank you, Bralson. I forgot how much I missed concerts, and I genuinely got up and danced when you asked us to, so thank you for that. That was very
Same here.
refreshing. That was so refreshing. Our next performer is Kevin A. Kevin Romroop is an experimental musician and writer from Scarborough, Ontario. Shaped by the diverse migratorial history of his heritage and community, his artistic pursuits are multitudinous in medium as the cultures that inspire them. With work spanning music, film, poetry, fiction, public installation, and community arts education, give it up for Kevin A.
Sorry about that, technical difficulty. Old headphones. Thank you. It's so great to be part of this event. It was so great to see Block by Block not only still able to operate during this year, but really put on a really meaningful set of events and initiatives like this one that brings the neighborhoods and people and communities together in a time, we just entered a second lockdown and we could use this more than ever. And it's so great that this is probably the most cozy performance I've ever done because I'm just doing it from my basement in Malvern. And I've just been having fun with this new synth I bought a couple months ago, and I prepared a couple songs, and I'm going to play them for you now. Old days, November drive seem to come alive when they pull up on you. See a sunny side when they run up on you. Skip the runny eyes when they call up on you now. Topic on suicide make me wanna dive in and pull up on you. Swimming in your eyes like a pool party. Drowning in your lies, I can't pull apart the party now. I was like, oh hey, minding the clouds in your show face. Yes, lines crossed like the bowways. Feel like DB Cooper with cocaine. So explain if both plans on a 45 and one is running idle, then could the quote unquote stars align for the foolish lovers or the summer quotas undefined? And it's soaring farther like foreign objects coming forth from corner side mirror. Foreign slides clear of the misty fog. I get on one knee for her, then call her my Betsy Ross. My mind is off. The Uber exhaust catches a cough. Hop out, hill off, dissolve, lift you off to this old days. November drive seem to come alive when they pull up on you. See the sunny side when they run up on you. Skip the runny eyes when they call up on you now. Topic on suicide will make me want to dive in and pull up on you. Swimming in your eyes like a pool party. Drowning in your lies, I can't pull apart the party now. Oh, 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 oh. I don't see the bottom of the water. Still I fall in for the sound as you keep whispering things sweet as salt, babe, till I'm caught in from the mouth. But I don't see the problem with the water if I fall in just to drown. Oh, oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. And I suppose if tides roll and eyes aglow, kaleidoscope, could I approach the skies and flow? Could I approach the skies and flow?
drown me from head to toe. Throw me to swollen tides, I'll be your skipping stone. You are my floating eyes, frozen mountain slow, till you turn so polarized. Love me, then let me go. Always in water. Yeah, you make me stay out in the water. Always. Ooh, wash me away. Ooh, in the water. Oh, in the water. Oh. These chains ties follow where chains ties follow. These canes, clangs, cancers, glinted on king. Dread blood pales against the water wash, so it seems. The ink of our skin ran off the pages and soaked in the grain till the day these chains ties follow. Where chains ties follow. These chains ties follow. When chains ties follow. Mm.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Wow. All right. So I'm going to go and get my list going. We have Roberta from Parkdale. Shout out to Douglas from Wellesley and Jarvis. We have Eliza from North York, Walid for Young and Queensquay. And yeah, Branavi, I can't believe we're celebrating the work that we did with Block by Block. We began this project in February this year. And I think there's so many highlights. I think one for me, one of the most meaningful experiences was sitting socially distanced in our fellow researcher and curator Krish's backyard and hosting an event for storytellers. And we were able to kind of take the moments from their oral histories and turn it into a spoken word piece. And that, I think that for me was magical. I love that moment. It was great. So
Yeah,
good.
yeah, that was really special. And it was so interesting because our storytellers like inevitably would have run into each other if it was at like the Agincourt Mall or a community center because they were from the same neighborhood. So to see them kind of connect on shared experiences rooted in these places was really, really cool. Um, I think my favorite part was sitting at a Korean restaurant at Midland and Finch, which is the intersection for food in Agincourt. Um, and it was for our first team meeting. And we had made this promise to each other that every week we were going to try a different restaurant in Agincourt. And little did we know how much our plans would get ruined.
Oh, little did we know. Oh man, I remember that. Yeah, but there's also so much to appreciate. Yeah, one of the things that I never would have imagined is us making those posters representing the stories and our storytellers, and we, we have them all around the city. I think my favorite one is a poster that reads, "These different streets, the people, the feeling. That's my love story."
Yeah, that one's really special. It's by Boralson, who we just heard earlier from Parkdale. Um, I love that poster too.
Mhm.
Uh, so we're going to turn to celebrating all of the people that make this work possible by sharing our very own Block by Block award show.
Yes, there are two key people that we want to highlight during this event. The founding executive director of Toronto Ward Museum, Gracia Dyer Halia, and the former president of the Toronto Ward Museum Board, which is Donna Gabachia. This is our tribute video for them. I hope you enjoy.
Greetings all, my name is Douglas Wirtz, and tonight I have both the pleasure and the honor to offer a formal thank you to a person who has contributed a great deal to the Toronto Ward Museum over more than 4 years, serving both as president and chairperson of the board. In the summer of 2016, a group of people gathered to form the first elected board of directors for this unique and forward-thinking organization. It was there that I first met Donna Gabachia, who was unanimously selected to be the new president and chairperson for the Toronto Ward Museum. My impressions were that Donna brought a wide range of skills, great knowledge of immigration processes from around the world, an impressive passion for the work of the new museum, and wonderful interpersonal skills for encouraging people to work together effectively and collaboratively, all in the service of the museum. Donna has always brought professionalism to her contributions and approached her work with great flair. One of the most important tasks that was required of Donna as president was to be supportive of Gracia. Most of us know the dynamic, energetic, and passionate way that Gracia undertook her leadership role as executive director. The Toronto Ward Museum may have been created as a museum. However, it was and is determinedly unlike traditional museums. No collections, no building. The TWM operates in many spaces across the city, wherever the desired, meaningful, and intentional impacts of programming on both individuals and communities could be achieved. The Ward Museum has set the pace for non-museum museums. With both substance and style, Donna lent reliable and sensitive support to the processes of building cohesion with those who were drawn to the unique vision of this organization. In the early part of 2019, the TWM was struggling. Most of the board had decided to resign, for many good reasons: a new baby at home, writing a PhD dissertation, and more. 2019 was an intense year. Until June of this year, Donna continued to lead the board. It was then that she stepped down after a 4-year run that was marked by many great moments and some difficult challenges. But ultimately, the museum continues to distinguish itself as a resilient organization that is helping to change the world for the better. It's been a pleasure and an honor to have worked with and to have become friends with Donna Gabaccia over the past 4+ years. On behalf of the Toronto Ward Museum, I want to say thank you for everything you have brought to the organization during your time as president, and to wish you health and happiness in your future adventures. Thanks, Donna.
Thank you so much, Doug. Those words really do mean a lot to me. When I first arrived in Toronto as a newcomer in 2015, I was eager to begin, especially undergraduate teaching at a university where I knew that most of my students would be the children or themselves refugees and immigrants, and that was part of the appeal of coming to Toronto, which was at the end of my rather long career as a teacher and educational administrator and a leader, I think it's fair to say, in the field of immigration and migration studies in the academic world. And I saw working with the Toronto Ward Museum as a wonderful opportunity to both come to know my new home and know its immigrant refugee communities, and to give back, since I too am the granddaughter of immigrants to the United States, and I've lived as a migrant myself in several countries. Canada is not my first experience as a scholarly migrant. I met Gracia during, I think, my first year in Toronto, and I was very excited by her vision and eager to help in whatever ways I could. I think many of you who know Gracia know that she sometimes refers to the Toronto Ward Museum as one of her children. It's required me to call on a lot of hours of time, of course, but deep wells of my own commitments to social change and a growing understanding, really, of how I saw myself contributing to the making of a Canada that's multicultural, but perhaps not in exactly the way the multiculturalists of the early 1970s imagined it. It's been wonderful working with all of you. I hope you will stay in touch. And thanks again to Doug for such a warm-hearted tribute.
You know, the most amazing thing about Gracia isn't that she is a huge Trekkie. It's not that she has an amazing fashion style and an awesome collection of earrings. It's that she is such a fearless and visionary and dynamic leader. I have had such a joy and privilege and honor working alongside Gracia over the past few years with the Ward Museum as a co-facilitator of the programming committee, and to see what she has seeded and what she has been able to steward through the work of the Ward Museum has been a blessing to the city. She's just such a wonderful soul, and I'm so happy to have gotten to know not only Gracia, but everyone who I have met through working at the Ward Museum and all of the things, and witnessing all of the things that she has built and grown. You're amazing, Gracia.
Hi. So this is a tribute to Gracia, but from Montreal. My name is Neil Santamaria. Some of you may know me. I'm one of the initial co-founder of the World Museum. And I've met Gracia in Montreal here, actually, on the Life Stories project, a project she was referring to a lot because it had a great impact on all of us who were part of the project. So that project was based on the simple idea that stories matter, and that with stories, life stories of people, you can erase social or cultural or even age barriers and find some common ground with virtually anybody. So with that strong idea, Gracia wanted to do something, and she had that crazy idea to build a museum, but without walls where immigrants would be the center and their stories will play a great part. And that vision, you made it reality, and now the World Museum is is actually alive and going well, actually. So I just wanted to tell you, Gracia, how much of an honor it has been to know you and to work with you in different ways. And even though I think you really, really, really did great in Toronto, it's so great to have you finally back in Montreal. So sorry, Toronto. We are keeping her. So bye bye. And thank you, Gracia, for everything.
Hello, everyone. My name is Susan Jama, and I am the citywide production coordinator at the Toronto Ward Museum. Today, I would like to make a tribute to Grazia. I have known Grazia essentially since 2016 first. We first met at my school, University of Toronto, in my program, the Museum Studies program, where she came in from the Toronto Ward Museum, and we worked with the Toronto Ward Museum on an exhibition project together. Fast forward 2017, I first interned with Grazia, where I have started to look up to her as a mentor, as a role model, and I still do continue to do so today. She has been a wonderful, wonderful human being to work with, someone that I can speak with about anything, whether it's professional life or, personal life. She was always there. And it's also thanks to Grazia where I have really learned and grew as a professional, where we talked about things that may need to be improved or things that we already have strengths in the heritage sector. Everything that I have learned and who I am today, it is largely thanks to Grazia, where she really has taken me under her wing as a leader, as a role model, and as someone that I know I will always look up to. So thank you, Grazia, for everything that you've done, and I know that you will enjoy definitely in the next chapter of your life. Thank you again for everything that you've done for me, and truly I hope everything that you ever want becomes true. So thank you so much.
This team is so inspiring. Thank you, Gracia, and thank you, Donna, for all of your wonderful work. Shuli, at our very first orientation, we had to bring an object that had special meaning to us. You shared your glasses that had the words "Stay Golden" engraved on the side. Tell us about Stay Golden.
Yeah, actually, these are the glasses. Yeah, but let me put it this way. So one of the amazing opportunities that we had through Block by Block is hearing the many wonderful stories shared by our storytellers. But we also believe that it's very important to hear the stories shared by the youth in the community. And so Stay Golden is a grassroots initiative to create a community for youth to connect and share their stories through the arts. And today, they have prepared 2 spoken word videos by youth in the Agincourt community. Shout out to Judy, who posted Agincourt in chat. I'm going to put you down the list. And and just share their stories in the communities that they are part of. So I hope you guys enjoy this.
But you founded Stay Golden for very special reasons, and why is that?
Oh, yeah. So when I first started doing spoken word poetry, a lot of the arts programming that I had to go through was always downtown. Any mentorship, it was always, I had to travel all the way downtown. So Stay Golden was formed because we want to, bring that accessibility and that access to Agincourt and the youth in the Scarborough community. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that.
No problem. So this is the video for Stay Golden.
Hi guys, I'm Max. I'm currently 17 years old, going to Agincourt Collegiate Institute, hoping to go to UTSC next year. I'm a price tag on. I like Warhammer. I'm a nerd, and I'm about to present "Dear Past Me," which is a poem about a friend group that I used to be a part of, and what that friend group and the community that I found in that friend group meant to me, what it means to me now, and what communities sort of are to me present day. Going to Best Buy is going to be the best thing you will ever do, because you'll meet your best friends for the next 5 years riding on the back of a raptor going to war against breast cancer. But hold your horses. For all the dreams you'll have, your dream of a 10-person shared house is going to burst like the appendix of your oldest member. There's a community of misfits, half-wits, never-fits, and that never fit anywhere. But it was a place where feeling safe meant more having in common with the Joker than with Batman. Insanity was the humor of a group of people so close to each other they didn't understand each other. The closet was an anagram for the people in your life. The closet didn't just mean keeping things secret anymore. It was more about letting people in with you. The connection that you'll have was as determined by internet connection as it was by human connection, but it'll leave you so connected. The secrets in our closets were just like skeletons. They were like the marrow in those bones, undetected, unseen. Layers of bone that would only break in 2018. Why did the closet come down in 2018? 2019 was when I had the biggest closet. But not snuggling with the monsters of 3 other monsters. No. It was more about building barricades around the monsters we now saw as friends. There's the feeling of being so close, yet being so far apart. Not a day goes by that I wish I didn't have an Ethernet cable to plug into 2015, when things were so normal, so simple. I could sit down and log in and stare at the clock, speed running the day as if it was having as much fun as I was. 6 to 10 people building a community online, and that wasn't about having fun. It was much more about rallying against the world. It was much more about a call to arms, placing on a banner a symbol of a cat, an eagle, a syringe, whatever else. It was so calm because I had never felt more alive. Imagining the music that I learned at my piano lessons as the ode to our times as children. Skype was kindergarten. TeamSpeak was grade school. We graduated into Discord years too early because we didn't know what anything was. 2018 was when there was a group of friends who bickered and argued like it was the thing they were made for. They hated each other more than the skeletons hidden in their safes, buried under 4 rounds of clothes under lock and key, like they were the secrets kept in the marrow. Groups and communities are weird that way. They are the lock and key. They are the 4 rounds of clothes, and they are that safe. Feeling let into the closet is probably the most special kind of secret club in the world, like that ancient tree house in your backyard with a sign that said "No girls allowed." The exclusion of others is the most inclusive thing I have ever felt. Digging out a part of our skeletons for that closet show and tell is a once-in-a-lifetime kind of thing. Blending together with the bones of a group of people where they can't tell us apart. Like the picture of skulls from different races. I could trade a femur for a forearm, a pelvis for that man's jaw, or a leg bone for whatever else. Becoming an anagram of the people that we knew. Today you have no more skeletons in this here closet. And that makes it feel so small. There are people outside with flesh and with skin, different from you in every single way. If I leave the closet, we aren't skeletons anymore, but we will be hidden below layers of blood and of meat and of flesh, the icons of man, ironically making us less human in the process. We won't be who we are anymore, around people who we can't trade identities with. We will be close to them, sure, but only over skin deep. We will be so close, yet so far apart.
Class of 2022, destined for great things, is what I imagine the banner to look like when I walk into the Dole Gymnasium hosting my 5-year high school reunion. Now, I'll be honest. I'm only in grade 11, been with these kids since grade 7, and I don't know if I'd miss them. Would I miss Katie only messaging me for homework because we've had math together since the 9th grade, or Divya and his friends talking about my shoes and which girl had the best body, some body that belonged to a brain that talked behind her friend's back? Would I miss that? I don't think so. Sometimes I see myself around age 23. I'm free. I graduated 5 years ago, and I'm at that reunion. It's 2027, and I reach for some punch. It's lunch, and all my friends are at art councils, so I'm sitting alone. No, wait. Kirsten's here, and she sends me a smile. I hope she's still smiling now. I send her a wave, and a wave of emotions overcomes me. Maybe I'll keep in touch with her. They start playing some weird techno beat. Don't worry, it's popular in 2027. And I look over at the group of kids that grew up with me on Invergordon Avenue who knew they'd stick together. I always thought we were so tight, but after I moved away in the 6th grade, I always felt like they were staring at me from a telescope backwards so that the big lens would face you. It had a habit of making close things seem so far away. And I felt so far away. I didn't think that we'd be friends, but now every time I look at them, I just think about 4th grade and our teacher handing out ice cream sundaes because we memorized our multiplication tables. Maybe I'll add them back on Facebook. The reunion starts to light up. Someone even started a game of musical chairs, and shoes are off and hairs are out of place. We're having a lot of fun. It feels weird to play a game with these kids just for fun. It's 2022 and we're applying for uni. It's you or me. The system is one student's gain is another's loss. And I'll never forget when my best friend got into our dream university and I didn't. Why did she take my spot? Why did she take my chair? I'm out. But the music's still going, and we keep living. And it wasn't worth losing friendships over. She's out the next round anyway, so I give her my number. The lights start to dim and people start to leave. I've been in so many group pictures, I almost start to plead, no, don't go. I'm not ready for this to end. I think this time we actually could have been friends. Nobody ever talks about how high school is like a melting pot. And it's a lot, we're young and we only get one shot. So we're mean, we're rude, and just not very nice. But it feels like I've known these guys my entire life. And I'll keep knowing them for the rest of grade 11. And I'll see them again in 2027. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I am so happy that, Stay Golden can be a big part of this. Thank you so much. I'm going to go through again the shout outs. We have Betty from Winnipeg. We have Ivana from Quebec. We have Jesse from Scarborough. The Suz coming in at Woodridge, and Jane at Midland and Finch. Thank you guys so much for representing all the different parts of Toronto and even, beyond. See what I did there?
Yeah, Quebec.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so our next musical performer is Waleed, also a Parkdale storyteller. Parkdale is super talented.
Parkdale shout out tonight with
I know.
Waleed and Borelson.
Yes,
and we're so lucky to have their stories.
So Waleed Abdul Hamid was born in Sudan. He began performing at the age of 6 in Sudan. Waleed was known for bringing traditional rhythms into popular music. When he left Sudan at age 18, he performed, recorded, and toured extensively, appearing at major music festivals in Stockholm, Copenhagen, Frankfurt, and Oslo, as well as in Finland and Iceland. Walid is one of the 12 resident artists at Soul Pepper and a music theater professor at Humber College. Give it up for Walid!
Nice, beautiful production. I'm going to start with a song called Guru. Guru in Swahili means freedom, which is we all to exist, right? It goes like this. Freedom, ooh, it's a freedom, ooh, freedom for all, ooh, freedom for all, ooh, Kawawate, ooh, Kawamirere, ooh, Kawabote, ooh, Kawamirere. Say freedom, ooh, say freedom, ooh, freedom for all, ooh, freedom for all, ooh, ooh, Kawawate, ooh, Kawamirere, ooh, Kawawote, ooh, Kawamirere. Lara do gaze de ganduna de la do la gatina Sarika zunga dumbende, bongo gadiga zinga dumbende. Lara guda badigina dunande. Thank you. That was Uhuru. As I say, Uhuru, it's Swahili words mean freedom, and as we all need it, need to be free, and we need to do things free and friendly with the good thinking, with an action from our heart. Now I'm gonna go to another song called Mama Africa. It's a combine or twist, it's a little bit of Africa Unite of the latest Bob Marley. Mama, Mama Africa, 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 Mama, Mama Africa. Africa unite, cause we moving right down the Babylon, and we're going to our mother's land. Africa unite, cause we moving right down the Babylon, and we're going to our father's land. How good and how pleasant it would be before the colonization to see the unification of all African. How good and how pleasant it would be before the colonization to see the unification of all African. As it's been said already, let it be done. We are the children of the higher man. We are the children of the African. We are the children of the Nubadan. Mama, Mama Africa. Mama, Mama Africa. Say Mama, Mama Africa. Mama, Mama Africa. Mama, Mama Africa. Latande gita bojaginale. Lana na goza bagadina leda jogo. Mama, Lara digaju. Lara baba, yara gojabe. Yara do, Lara ginanda, Lara tadigamo. Yara do, Maragina, Yara do. Africa unite, cause we moving right down the Babylon, and we're going to our mother's land. Africa unite, cause we move right down the Babylon, and we're going to our father's land. How good and how pleasant it would be before the colonization to see the unification of all Africans. As it's been said already, let it be done. We are the children of the higher man. We are the children of the African. We are the children of the Nubaman. We are the children of the Nubian. Mama, Mama Africa. Mama, Mama Africa. Mama, Mama Africa. Mama, Mama Africa. Thank you. I think I've got a couple of minutes if I'm not mistaken. I just want to say thank you so much for the World Museum and the project Block to Block. And it's an honor and a great privilege and a great pleasure to be part of it, to be interviewed and to be the voice and the noise of Parkdale. I call it the village. It's meant a lot to me being here. Love this place called Parkdale. Toronto in general. This one called Maisha Gumu, Magumu Sana. Maisha Gumu in Swahili. Life is hard. But always is a way, right? I'm asking, let's find for you, for your neighbor, for your girlfriend, for whoever, how you, for the whole village. Maisha magumu, magumu sana. Maisha magumu, magumu sana. Sana sana, magumu sana. Sana sana, magumu sana. Just find a way to make life easy, make life easy, make life easy. Just find a way to make life easy, make life easy, make life easy. Maisha magumu, magumu sana. Maisha magumu, magumu sana. Sana sana, magumu sana. Sana sana, magumu sana. Just find a way to make life easy, to make life easy, to make life easy. Let's find a way to make life easy, to make life easy, to make life easy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you for all the people behind the camera, behind the technician. Everybody's working hard to put this together. And thank you for the platform and for projecting different neighborhood, projecting the real color and the diversity of Toronto. Thank you. Thank you.
My heart. Oh man, that was beautiful.
That was really, really beautiful. Thank you, Walid. And thank you for being a Parkdale storyteller as well. I'm a big fan of our next performer, Milo. Milo is a Toronto-based singer and songwriter. A recent a recent graduate of the Remix Project and SoCan Incubator, she has been carefully crafting her sound and developing a clear visual identity as she begins to confidently wade into the tumultuous waters of the international music industry. Having performed at venues all over the city of Toronto, the R&B and soul artist enthralls audiences with smooth and sultry tones. Possessing real depth in her music, Milo's writing juxtaposes an honest innocence with hard-won wisdom and a strong knowledge of self in order to create songs that are at once sensual, world-weary, and ultimately hopeful. Her new single, Pretend, and its beautiful accompanying is now live. Give it up to Milo.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. So yeah, as I said, my name is Milo, and I just want to say a big thank you to Toronto Ward Museum for having me and for putting on the show. It's so great to see the city kind of come together from all the different communities and show off our talents. So yeah, I'm just gonna get right into it. The first song I'm gonna perform for you guys is called The Ropes, and this one is off of my latest EP called Pretty. So I hope you enjoy. And please let me know if you guys can hear me okay, or if I'm breaking up. But yes, so here is the ropes. I have been waiting on you to get your shit together so I can make my mind up if I should love you. Don't you ever take my heart for granted again, 'cause I know that I've got a time and a place, you know, I've got a time and a place to love you. To love on you. It's so much for true, 'cause I know you lied to me about that girl. She is your destiny, so what do I get to say? What can I do? 'Cause she's great anyway. I have to go do this on my own. I knew it was temporary from the get-go, but it's so hard to let go. It's so hard for me. So hard to find my peace when you never say sorry. Well, maybe 'cause you're not. Well, oh well, I got this. I'll get it on my own. I got it in the bag now. I got this. I'll get it on my own. But thank you for showing me the ropes. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for showing me the ropes. Thank you so much. That one is called The Ropes. If you enjoy any of the music you guys hear from me tonight, feel free to check me out at Milo, Migloe, on all your favorite streaming platforms. The next song I'm going to perform for you guys is a newer song, one that I just released that she mentioned in my intro, and this one is called Pretend. Give me a second here. All right. Lie to me again, why don't you lie to me again? 'Cause I can't take the possibility that you don't love me. And I cannot pretend I ain't been trying to make amends. I know you don't have to stay, but why would you just go? And I've been doing all of this for you, hoping you would stay to make it through, hoping you would hold my hand and die along with me. But I ain't got the time to waste on you, and you don't do enough to get us through. So why do I keep trying to mend my broken heart with you? I'm wasted again, and I can't find my place in this bed. Why do I stay quiet at night, desperate for just can't get enough. I just can't wait to give you love. To give you love. Thank you very much. Hope you guys are enjoying. And thanks again to Toronto Ward Museum for having me and for having all the performers on tonight. It's been such a beauty to be a part of this. I'm going to do one more song for you guys, and then I guess they will close out the night. This one is called Darkness, and if you enjoy this one, I do recommend going to watch the video on YouTube. It's super dope, and I think you might enjoy. So yeah, this one is called Darkness. Just get a sip of water. Okay. Oops. Sorry about that. Let me start that over. I played them all at the same time. All right. Just hold me. Yeah. I wandered into the darkness last night. I think I may have fallen in love. The way his body moved against mine like a river flowing. In between my thighs I knew I found one. Like a raven he embodies blackness. Dark as night he seems to save my soul. I don't need nothing else but the moon and my dear boy. We will be together for eternity. I wandered into the darkness last night. I think I may have fallen in love. Never tasted such sweet madness. I think I might go insane. I will never give this up again. It's like a cage, and I'm locked in. I can't get out, but he keeps on feeding me. So I don't mind, won't you keep on giving me? La 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 la. I wandered into the darkness last night. Fear struck at first, but it was fine. The only thing that lays there is his body still with mine. And I know that I'm gonna be alright. Darkness hold me, darkness touch me, darkness grip me tight. Darkness, please do not let go. I need you by my side. I want it, I love it, I feel it each night. And only if only it all could be mine. Darkness, oh darkness, take me home. Take me home. Milo, Mightle, and you can find my stuff on all your favorite streaming platforms. And also check me out on Instagram. It's also my birthday tomorrow, so it's a perfect way to bring it in. Thank you so much, Toronto Ward Museum, for having me, and for the communities for inviting me. I appreciate you guys always, so thank you.
That was beautiful. Thank you so much, Milo, and happy early birthday. On our Eventbrite, you can find the social media accounts of all of our performers to keep up with them. I definitely encourage you to, because wow, that was truly, really, really beautiful. Thank you so much to everyone that performed today. So we're going to shift to some friendly competition. So you'll see on the screen a link to enter this quiz of sorts. It's www.joinmyquiz.com/pro. So enter that link in your browser to participate, and then enter the code you'll find on the screen. The code is 376810. And there is some weight to this quiz. There's 4 prizes for our top 4 leaderboard scores, which will be e-gift cards of $50 from a list of 10 local businesses in Toronto. So definitely try your best to get up on that leaderboard during this quiz. We'll follow up with winners for specific details. But yes, please take your time to join. I see Maggie has joined the quiz. We'll wait for a few more people to begin. Thank you, Supriya, Bobby. If no one else joins, each winner will go home with a prize. So that's nice, but also let's make it a little bit more competitive. We have 6 participants. We'll wait for another minute and then get started. Oh wow, okay, we have 11 participants. We have 12 participants. Oh, there's the rush. We have 13 participants. Awesome. Okay, we'll get started quite quickly. If anyone else wants to join, now is your chance. Oh, okay, we started. Never mind. Okay, we're going to begin with the first question. And that question is, this land that is now called Toronto is the unceded territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people. So is that true or false? Oh, time's up. We'll move on to the next question. Question number 2. And that is, annual traditional powwows take place in Toronto every year in recognition of National Aboriginal Day and the summer solstice. Each year, thousands of people attend the celebration to enjoy traditional food and watch over 100 drummers and dancers perform. Which organizations host Toronto's annual traditional powwow? So time's up. Who do we have? We have James. Oh, Supriya has made her way to the top. And then we have James followed by Maggie. So we'll move on to question number 3. It's truly anyone's game. The ward, officially St. John's Ward, was the area in Toronto where early immigrant communities first settled. It was a densely populated neighborhood in what is now downtown Toronto. The ward, which is in our name, was home to A. Refugees from the Irish potato famine, B. Americans who escaped slavery through the Underground Railroad, C. Russian and Eastern European refugees, D. All of the above. Time's up. And some movement. Okay, James, back at the top. We'll move on to the next question. And that's question number 4. So what do all 4 Toronto neighbourhoods, Agincourt, Victoria Park, Regent Park, and Parkdale have in common? And the options are: they are non-immigrant neighborhoods. B, these 4 neighborhoods are in the midst of redevelopment. C, they are located in the central area of Toronto. And D, they all have the word park in them. So most people have gone with B. And I should note, the faster you answer the questions, it translates to more points. So we will move on to question number 5. Oh, I should mention the answer to question 4 was these 4 neighborhoods are in the midst of redevelopment, and is a large part of why they are the neighborhoods that we focus on. So question 5 is: who is particularly impacted by the rapid change in these 4 neighborhoods? A, second generation people, B, 1.5 generation, C, first generation newcomers, and D, all of the above. All done. Okay, let's look at the leaderboard. Okay, Supriya back at the top. And the answer is, of course, D, all of the above. So we'll move on to question number 6. And that's which neighborhood was ranked number 4 on Maclean's Magazine's 2017 list of Toronto top neighborhoods? Is it A, Parkdale, B, Regent Park, C, Agincourt, or D, Victoria Park? Time's up. Oh, there's some movement. Supriya still defending her top score. And yes, the answer is Regent Park. Although these lists are always changing. I feel like all 4 neighborhoods are very special in their own way. So question number 7 is, it's up for interpretation, but these are the options that we have. The importance of storytelling is A, to take back and be in charge of our own narratives, B, to empower each other, C, to connect with community members over similar and different lived experiences, and D, all of the above. Time's up. Okay. And yes, the answer is all of the above. So we're nearing the end of our quiz. But question 8 is, which neighborhood is the site of Canada's first and largest public housing development? Time's up. We have Betty at the top, and the answer is Regent Park. So we'll move on to question 9. What is Parkdale also known as? And our options are South Parkdalians. It's hard to say that with a straight face. A, South Parkdalians, B, Parkdale Pride, C, Little Tibet, and D, Little Poland. Everyone's done. Let's look at our leaderboard. Okay, so we have Betty, Kathy, Supriya, and James. The top 4 spots, and yes, the answer is C, Little Tibet. So we'll move on to question 10. And it's a historical question. During World War II, a stretch of land within the Victoria Village area became a hub of large-scale manufacturing plants. The plants produced more than 200 million munitions for the Allied forces. Thanks to more than 20,000 workers who were mostly women. The women were known as A, Scarborough's Fighter Women, B, Scarborough's Bomb Girls, C, the Weapon Women, or D, Golden Mile's War Girls. Time's up. Oh, there's some movement. And the answer is Scarborough's Bomb Girls. And I believe there was a TV show about them that got canceled, but my sister really enjoyed it. So we're going to move to question 11. And this is our last question. And that's, what was the first Chinese mall built in Agincourt? A. Dragon Center, B. Pacific Mall, C. Oriental Center, D. Agincourt Mall, or E. Kennedy Commons? Time's up. We're going to see our top 4 winners. Okay, there's been some movement. We'll look back at that and confirm, but I saw Gracia and Betty. And yes, the answer is Dragon Center. It's a historic mall in Agincourt that's actually being redeveloped. Well, thank you everyone for participating in that, and I hope that you learned something new about the 4 neighborhoods that we work in. Congratulations to our winners, who we'll be in touch with for your gift cards. We are moving towards the end of our program. This evening has been so lovely. Thank you for staying and joining in the celebration, really, of Toronto and storytelling. Hey, Shuli.
Hey, yeah, no, I'm super excited. Thank you guys so much for being here today. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope someone noticed that I kept changing the posters behind me. But to end us off, I would like to thank our funders, the Ontario Trillium Foundation and the Inspirit Foundation. Without our funders, this program would not be possible. We also would like to acknowledge and thank our 10 program partners who support this work on the ground. They have been instrumental throughout this whole process. We have Agincourt Community Services Association, City of Toronto Newcomer Office, Ontario Council of Agencies Serving Immigrants, Regent Park Film Festival, Ryerson University School of Urban and Regional Studies, Toronto Council Fire Native Cultural Center, Toronto Community Benefits Networks, Toronto Public Library, West Neighbourhood House, and Working Women Community Center. Thank you all for supporting us. We also wanted to say a big thank you to everyone that has made today possible. Our amazing program director and lead curator, Maggie Hutchison, Susan Jama, our lovely citywide production coordinator, the other 13 curators and coordinators on the Block by Block team, the Toronto Ward Museum website team, Jason from Stage 10 Productions, who ensured a seamless event, and Timothy, our wonderful ASL interpreter.
Thank you, everyone. Really, it's, definitely takes a village. Please be sure to also check out our physical, COVID-friendly poster exhibitions that we have up in 24 different locations across Regent Park, Parkdale, Victoria Park, and Agincourt. And finally, please visit our website, which has been newly reconstructed, at wardmuseum.ca/block-by-block to learn about the rest of our storytellers, such as Waleed and Borelson, who we saw perform today. And we have such a rich collection of storytellers, and it's a really warm experience, particularly during this isolating time, to learn about the various stories and people that live in these neighborhoods that carry so much heart. And thank you to our backstage crew, Krish, Jane, and Ahmed, for behind-the-scenes support. And thank you to everyone who joined in sharing the celebration with us. I think this is a really way to cap off our Saturday evening. So thank you for being with us. And with that, Shuli, That's a wrap.
Yeah, it's a wrap. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much.